Giovanni Tintori. Welcome to the Learning Center.
In this session, we are going to discuss something very important in our jobs: communication. Specifically, how to communicate well with people who have intellectual, cognitive, or developmental disabilities, as well as hearing loss or visual impairments. As a janitor, grounds worker, or someone who helps maintain buildings, you might meet people or co-workers with disabilities while doing your job. Whether cleaning, working outside, or providing other services, it's essential to communicate in a way that makes everyone feel respected and included. Good communication is always essential in our work, but is even more critical when working with people who might communicate differently. Some people with intellectual, cognitive, or developmental disabilities might have trouble speaking or understanding language. The same goes for people who are hard of hearing or visually impaired. How you communicate with them can affect how they feel about your support. It's always a good idea to ask the person how they like to speak so that you don't make any wrong assumptions or accidentally offend them. They will appreciate you being considerate of their needs. Sometimes people have difficulty learning, explaining things, or asking questions. These challenges can come from differences in how people think or understand things, which are sometimes called intellectual or cognitive disabilities. We must work to understand each other and build the best teams and work environments possible. People with intellectual disabilities might have trouble understanding or expressing themselves. Even though you may not always be able to have long conversations, you can still have successful interactions by adjusting how you communicate. Here's a breakdown of what you might encounter. Mild intellectual disability. People with this condition may be able to talk and understand language, but might need extra time or clarification. Moderate to profound intellectual disability. Some people might not be able to speak at all and could use gestures, pictures, or assistive devices to communicate. They may need more time and support to understand or respond. Knowing the level of disability helps you adjust your communication to be more effective. When talking to someone with a cognitive disability, here are some tips to make communication easier. Use simple language. Keep your sentences short and easy to understand. Be patient. Sometimes people need more time to process what you've said or respond. Wait for them to take their time without interrupting. Use visual aids or gestures. Pictures or demonstrations can make things more transparent. Limit background noise and distractions. Select a quiet and comfortable area. Ask for clarification if the person doesn't understand something. Ask them to repeat themselves or explain what they mean. The goal is to make sure they understand you and can engage with you meaningfully. Remember that everyone communicates differently. Some people might prefer to use pictures, symbols, or technology to talk, while others might use gestures or written instructions. Here are some things to keep in mind. Please don't assume they can read well. Some people may have trouble reading. Offering both verbal and visual instructions can help. Recognize communication devices. Some people may use speech-generating devices or apps. Be patient and give them time to express themselves in their preferred way. Be adaptable. Pay attention to the person's cues if they seem confused or uncomfortable. Try a different way of communicating. You can meet the person's communication needs by being observant and flexible. Some deaf people use speech or sign language only, or a combination of sign language, finger spelling, speech, writing, body language, and facial expression. You can communicate with deaf people in several ways. The key is determining which combination of techniques works best with each deaf person. These are some ways you make communicating more manageable for them. Speak slowly and clearly. Do not yell, exaggerate, or overpronounce. Exaggeration and overemphasis of words distort lip movements, making it more difficult for the listener to understand. Please write it down. Use a pen on paper, text on device screens, or whiteboards to express yourself. Reduce background noise. In a noisy place, move to a quieter area if possible. With 55% of meaning communicated through body language and only 7% through spoken word, it is imperative to maximize your communication skills for those who are visually impaired. These are some tips to make it easier for those who have this disability. Avoid standing in front of a light source, such as a window or bright light. Identify yourself. Don't assume the person will recognize you by your voice. Give specific directions. Instead of saying the desk is over there, use a sentence such as the desk is 5 feet to your right. Patience is key when working with anyone, but especially with individuals who have intellectual, cognitive, or developmental disabilities. Here are some tips for staying patient. Don't rush. Give the person time to understand and respond. It might take longer, but that's okay. Be willing to repeat yourself. Do so calmly if someone asks you to repeat something. Sometimes repeating things or explaining them differently helps. Adjust your approach. If one method isn't working, try another. For example, if verbal instructions don't help, show the person how to do something or give written instructions. The more patient and flexible you are, the easier it is for the person to understand and feel comfortable communicating with you. Effective communication ensures people with disabilities feel included and respected, as well as understood. This makes your job easier and helps create a positive environment for everyone you work with.